All right, welcome in everyone to another deep dive.
Absolutely.
Today, we're going to be looking at chapter 16 of this book about network marketing. And the big idea of this chapter is dreaming big.
Right.
So I think for a lot of people, when they hear dreaming big, they kind of roll their eyes and think like, oh yeah, just like, think positive thoughts and you'll attract wealth and success. But that's not really what we're talking about here.
No, not at all.
This chapter really digs into the practical side of how powerful dreaming big can be, and even more interestingly, there are different types of dreamers,
Yes.
which I found super interesting.
Yeah, and I think this is a good example of how this book really presents uh, tangible assets for network marketing success. And this dreaming big is it's asset #8.
Right.
It's not just some fluffy motivational thing.
Yeah.
It's actually like a key ingredient.
I like that. It's like a skill almost, like
Yeah.
closing a deal or learning how to build a team. It's like dreaming big is a skill that you can develop. And I think part of that is tied to this idea of mindset, right? Because the source emphasizes this idea of asking, how can I afford it? Instead of just shutting down possibilities by saying, I can afford it.
Right.
Have you ever heard that before?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And the author gives a really good example of this. They talk about their rich dad, and their rich dad absolutely forbade that phrase, we can't afford it, in their household. It just wasn't allowed.
Wow.
So it forced them to think differently,
Yeah.
to be more creative, to find solutions.
It's like a puzzle then, right?
Exactly.
That's like a challenge instead of just a roadblock.
Yeah, and that really ties into this whole idea of dreaming big. Because when you start asking, how can I afford it? You're opening up your mind to possibilities that you might not have even considered before.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it also helps you overcome the fear of failure, because instead of just saying, oh, I can't do that, you're at least trying to figure out a way to make it happen.
Right.
But let's be honest, not everyone is on board with big dreams.
Right.
We've all encountered those dream killers, right? Those people who just love to pour cold water on your enthusiasm.
Yes, the author makes this really interesting observation about dream killers.
Okay.
And they say that dream killers are often people who have abandoned their own dreams.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, makes sense.
It's like they're projecting their own unfulfilled aspirations onto others.
Yeah, to justify their own choices.
Exactly.
Like, oh, well, I couldn't do it, so you can't either.
Right.
And it can be really discouraging to be around those kinds of people.
It is, and it can be really detrimental to your own progress. And it's important to surround yourself with people who are going to support your dreams, not tear them down.
That's such a good point. Okay, so we've talked about the importance of dreaming big, and we've talked about those naysayers to look out for. But this chapter also gets into the importance of the journey itself, not just the destination. I loved this part because it really reminded me that it's not just about achieving the dream, it's about the person you become in the process.
Right.
Like the author uses the example of buying a big house.
Okay.
And they say that it wasn't just about owning the house, it was about the growth they experienced through the whole process of saving, planning, and finally achieving that goal.
It's about the transformation that happens within you along the way.
Exactly, and the skills that you develop and the resilience that you build. And I think that's a really important message for anyone who's pursuing their dreams, whether it's in network marketing or in any other area of life.
Yeah, because the journey is where the real learning happens.
It is.
And the journey is where you develop the character and the strength and the resilience that you need to actually achieve your dreams and then maintain them.
Right.
Because once you achieve a dream, then what?
That's a good question.
Right.
That is a good question.
It's not like you just stop there.
No.
You have to keep going.
And that's where those different types of dreamers come in, right? Because the author outlines 5 different categories of dreamers.
Yes.
And I have a feeling that we're all going to recognize ourselves in at least one of these categories.
More than one, yeah.
So are you ready to play a little game?
I'm ready.
All right, so the first type of dreamer is those who dream in the past.
Okay.
So these are the folks who are stuck in their glory days, right? They're constantly reliving past achievements instead of looking forward to the future.
Oh, no, a few of those.
We all do, right? Yeah. And it's not to say that we shouldn't celebrate our past successes, but when we get too caught up in them, it can prevent us from dreaming new dreams and moving forward.
Absolutely. It's like they've hit the pause button on their lives.
It's like they're afraid to dream new dreams because they're worried they won't be able to achieve them, or maybe they're just comfortable with where they are. Either way, it's holding them back from experiencing all the amazing things that life has to offer.
Right.
Okay, so the second type of dreamer is those who dream only small dreams.
Okay, so these are the people who play it safe.
Right. And again, there's nothing wrong with setting small goals. But the author makes the point that sometimes we limit ourselves because we're afraid of failure or we don't believe in our own potential.
Yeah, and it's important to distinguish between setting realistic goals and setting goals that are too small out of fear.
Exactly.
Because if you're constantly aiming low, you're never going to reach your full potential.
It's like settling for a cozy cabin when you could be building a castle, right?
Exactly.
Okay, now this next type of dreamer is a little bit heartbreaking.
Okay.
It's those who achieve a dream and then live bored.
Oh, wow.
So these are the people who reach their goal and then they just feel empty.
Right.
Like they've climbed Mount Everest and planted their flag, but now they don't know what to do with themselves.
It's like they've lost their sense of purpose.
Right, and I think this highlights the importance of having a vision for your life, not just individual goals.
Absolutely.
Because if you're not working towards something that truly excites you, it's easy to feel lost and unfulfilled.
Right. And it's also important to remember that achieving a dream is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process.
Yes.
And you need to constantly be setting new goals and challenging yourself in order to stay motivated and engaged with life.
So it's like hitting the reset button on your dreams, constantly seeking new challenges and experiences.
Yeah, like climbing a new mountain.
Okay, so the fourth type of dreamer is those who dream big dreams, but with no plan.
Ah, yes, the big visionaries.
Yeah, and these are the folks who get really excited about their ideas, but they don't actually take any concrete steps to make them happen.
Right.
Or they try to do everything themselves and they end up getting overwhelmed and burnt out.
And this is where the importance of a support system comes in.
Yes.
Because you can't do everything alone. You need people to help you, to guide you, and to hold you accountable.
It's like building a house.
Yeah.
You wouldn't try to do it all yourself, right?
No, you'd have architects and contractors and a whole team of people helping you.
So the same principle applies to achieving big dreams. You need a team of people who believe in your vision and who are willing to support you along the way.
Absolutely, your own personal board of advisors.
Okay, and now for the final type of dreamer. Those who dream big, achieve those dreams, and go on to dream even bigger dreams.
The ultimate dreamers.
Yes, these are the people who are constantly evolving and growing and reaching for new heights. They never settle for the status quo.
And they inspire us to do the same.
So which type of dreamer do you think you are?
That's a good question.
It's a tough one, right? And maybe you're a mix of different types.
Yeah, I think we all are, to some extent.
The point is to be aware of your own dreaming patterns
Right.
and to make sure that you're not letting fear or self-doubt hold you back from achieving your full potential. And that's something that we'll continue to explore as we dive deeper into this book on network marketing. So stay tuned for the next part of our deep dive, where we'll unpack how this business model can actually help you live your dreams, starting today.
It's going to be good.
All right, so welcome back.
Okay, so last time we were talking about how dreaming big is actually like a key asset
Yay.
in network marketing.
Yeah.
But how does that actually play out? Like, how do you actually use that to build a business and reach your goals?
Right. Well, I think one of the biggest things is that network marketing offers a level of flexibility and autonomy
Okay.
that you just don't find in a lot of traditional jobs.
Right.
You're essentially your own boss.
Yeah.
You set your own hours.
Yeah.
You work towards goals that are meaningful to you.
It really goes back to that I can mentality.
Exactly.
Like you're in control of your own destiny and you can make choices that actually contribute to your dream life.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are drawn to network marketing for that very reason. They're tired of feeling stuck.
In a 9-to-5 job
Yeah.
where they have no control over their time or their income.
Absolutely. And you know what else I love about network marketing?
What's that?
The community aspect.
Yes.
Like, you're surrounded by people who are all working towards similar goals and who are there to support you every step of the way.
And that can be so powerful, especially when you're first starting out and you're feeling a little bit lost or overwhelmed.
Right. It's like having a built-in cheer squad.
Absolutely. It's like having a team of people who are rooting for you to succeed and who are there to pick you up when you fall.
But, you know, we have to address the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Network marketing often gets a bad rap.
It does, yeah.
So how does the source deal with that?
Well, I think it implicitly counters those negative perceptions
Okay.
by focusing on the positive aspects,
Right.
like personal growth and empowerment.
Okay.
It really frames network marketing as a path to self-discovery, skill development, and building a life on your own terms.
Okay.
It's not just about selling products.
Yeah.
It's about becoming a better version of yourself.
So it's like a personal development journey
Exactly.
that also has the potential to generate income.
Right. And I think that's a really important distinction to make because a lot of people think that network marketing is all about making money.
Yeah.
But it's really about so much more than that.
I like that. So it's about finding fulfillment in the process, not just chasing the end result.
Right.
But, I was thinking as I was reading this chapter that it doesn't really get into the nitty-gritty of like how to actually use network marketing to achieve your dreams.
It's more about the mindset and the potential.
Yeah. So what advice would you give someone who's listening to this and thinking, okay, this all sounds great, but how do I actually make it happen?
Well, I think the first step is to define your dream.
Okay.
Get really clear on what it is that you want to achieve.
So like make your dream actionable.
Exactly.
Okay.
And once you have that clear picture in mind,
Yeah.
then you can start figuring out how network marketing fits into that vision.
All right. So you've got your dream blueprint. What's next?
Then I would say focus on developing the skills and resources that you need
Okay.
to make that dream a reality.
Okay. And that's where the support network comes in, right?
Absolutely. Because you're not going to be able to do it all alone.
Yeah.
You need people to help you, to guide you, and to hold you accountable.
So find your tribe.
Find your tribe, exactly.
Okay. But the source makes it clear success isn't guaranteed overnight, right?
Of course not.
Like this isn't some get-rich-quick scheme.
No, it takes work.
Yeah, it takes work.
It takes dedication
Persistence.
and a lot of patience.
A lot of patience, yeah.
But how do you stay motivated when things get tough? Because let's be real, maintaining that I can mindset when you're facing rejection or hitting a plateau can be really tough.
Well, I think it goes back to having a strong why.
Okay.
Why are you doing this in the first place? What is it that you're ultimately working towards?
Right. It's like connecting back to that emotional core of your aspirations.
And reminding yourself that even the most successful dreamers have faced setbacks and obstacles along the way.
Absolutely. It's all part of the journey.
Okay, but I'm still curious about that idea of living your dream from day one.
Yeah, me too.
Because it sounds amazing in theory,
It does.
but like how do you actually make that happen in real life?
That's a great question. And I think that's something that we need to explore further.
Mhm.
So stay tuned for the next part of our deep dive where we'll delve into that very topic.
All right, I can't wait. Okay, welcome back to the final part of this deep dive. And
Yeah,
if you'll recall, last time we ended on this cliffhanger
we did.
about this whole idea of like living your dream from day one.
Right.
And like, how do you actually make that happen? Because like, it sounds amazing,
It does.
but in the real world, like, how do you actually start living your dream right now?
Yeah, and I think the key is to focus on the small things,
Okay.
the little things that you can do each day
Give me an example.
that bring you closer to your dream. So for example, let's say your dream is to travel the world.
Okay.
Well, maybe you can start by learning a new language
Okay.
or by reading books about different cultures.
Right. Or maybe even just like watching travel documentaries.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's about finding ways to incorporate elements of your dream life into your current reality.
I love that, like sprinkling a little bit of dream dust throughout your day.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it's not the full-blown dream life just yet.
Right.
It's a step in the right direction.
It is, and it helps to keep you motivated and inspired.
Yeah, because it's like you're making progress,
Exactly.
even if it's just baby steps.
And those baby steps add up over time.
That's a good point. Like, even small changes can have a big impact.
Yeah, and it's also about shifting your perspective
Okay.
from I'll be happy when
Mm.
to I'm choosing to be happy now.
Oh, I like that.
It's about finding joy in the journey.
That's so important because if you're always waiting for that someday, when you'll finally be happy, you're going to miss out on all the good stuff that's happening right now.
Exactly. And life is happening now,
Yeah.
not
Right.
someday.
Okay, so living your dream from day one is about making those little choices, those little adjustments to your routine and mindset
Right.
that move you closer to where you want to be.
And it's about celebrating those small wins along the way.
Right, because that helps to keep you motivated, especially when things get tough.
Exactly, because there will be challenges.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There will be setbacks.
Yeah, life happens.
But it's important to remember why you're doing this in the first place.
That's strong. Why?
Exactly.
That's what will keep you going when you feel like giving up.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to ask for help
Oh, that's a good point.
when you need it.
Yeah, like reach out to your network,
Exactly.
your mentors.
Your friends, your family,
Yeah.
anyone who can offer support and encouragement.
Okay, so to wrap up this whole deep dive,
Yes.
we've learned a lot about dreaming big, the different types of dreamers, and how network marketing can be a powerful tool
Yeah.
for achieving your goals. But the biggest takeaway for me
Yeah.
is that it's not just about the destination.
Right.
It's about the journey.
Yeah,
And it's about finding ways to live your dream from day one,
absolutely.
even if it's just in small ways.
And remember,
Yeah,
you are capable of achieving amazing things.
we all are.
So keep dreaming big,
Keep pushing forward and never give up on yourself.
and we'll be here to support you every step of the way.
All right, that's it for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.